All right, this is part two. I'm off tomorrow, so tomorrow I'll make a video for you guys in the morning when I wake up. And I'm going to clean my room tomorrow. Just clean this area here. I'm going to sweep it and mop it. It's getting a bit dirty now, my room. Yeah. And I'll do my double header tomorrow. Ivan, that's bullshit. There's no evidence. There's no evidence of what you're saying. No, there is, man. I showed you the passages in the Bible to prove that the Holy Spirit is with Jesus' whole life. There's also evidence to show that the demons tried to kill Jesus throughout his life, man. There's a lot of things that are not recorded in the Gospels that are not recorded. Obviously, it says the Holy Spirit came upon Jesus' body at baptism. And there's other places in the Bible where they talk about how Jesus was filled with the Holy Spirit without measure. Jesus cast out devils by the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? And all that stuff. Yeah. Even when Jesus cast out the devils and he healed people, he healed them through the power of the Holy Spirit. And he worked with the Father too. They all worked together, obviously. But Jesus healed. Jesus healed the sick and everything, and cast out devils through the power of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit was with Jesus his whole life, obviously. Yeah. He was with Jesus his whole life. And when Satan tempted Jesus in the wilderness, obviously, it says Jesus, when he went to the wilderness, Jesus was led to the wilderness by the Spirit. The Spirit was with him when Satan was tempting him too. Obviously. Yeah. So I'm saying, huh? The Spirit was with Jesus' life, protecting him obviously from the devils. Protecting his flesh from the devils, right? He was God as a man on earth. He needed protection from the devils. Because all the devils hate. Jesus said in the New Testament, if the world hates you, remember that it hated me. So was Jesus saying that a lot of people in his life hated him? Yes. All Jerusalem didn't like Jesus. There were some people who loved Jesus, obviously. He drew crowds and everything. But there's a lot of people who hated Jesus, obviously, because the devils don't like Jesus. They're human agents. They despise him. They spread lies about him. They tried to kill him. I guarantee even the devils probably had war whores. Tried to have Jesus mess up, and even Jesus didn't do it because the Holy Spirit was with Jesus with his whole life throughout his ministry. Some Sarah? Yeah. He had the protection veil. That's why the demons couldn't harm him, obviously. They couldn't harm Jesus. Yeah. The Father's pretty much saying, look, man, don't touch my son, my beloved son on earth, as a man, don't touch him. But once the hour is now come, now I'll release my protection from him, and you can now touch him, but that's the setup, obviously, as Jesus came to die for the sins of the world. Sounds like that's deep, I know. Don't touch the Son. They can't touch the Son until the hour. They can't touch the Son of God as a man on earth until the hour. Some sign? Yeah. So there is evidence that the demons tried to harm Jesus throughout his life. Yes. Even when Jesus was on the boat and he was sleeping, there was a storm. It was a storm. Who do you think caused that storm? Yeah. The devils tried to kill Jesus. Because the Holy Spirit was Jesus, Jesus sees the storm. Through the power of the Holy Spirit, they couldn't touch Jesus. Jesus was protected. Sounds Ivan, you like to go deep. I like to go deep, man. Ivan, when Jesus was sleeping on a boat, there was a storm. Yeah, the devils tried to kill Jesus even when he was sleeping on a boat, man, throughout his life. Honestly, but there's some Christians who argue, no, Ivan, that was a natural disaster. I don't believe the demons caused that, but I beg to differ. I believe that the devils even tried to harm Jesus when he was sleeping on the boat. Obviously. Yeah, but they couldn't harm Jesus. Yeah, because the Holy Spirit was with him, obviously. And Jesus sees the storm through the power of the Holy Spirit. Obviously, through the power of the Holy Spirit, yeah. Demons couldn't touch Jesus until the hour. He was protected, yeah. I'm sorry? Yeah. If the world hates you, remember that it hated me. But why does the world hate Jesus? Because the devils, the demonic horde, they don't like God. They hate God. If God comes to earth as a man, they're gonna try to kill him. They're gonna try to do whatever they can to cause harm in his life. And the hatred is manifested through the devils, obviously, in them, using them as human agents, obviously, right? Yeah. Yeah. Remember that the world hated me before it hated you. Yeah. I'm saying? Even in Paul's life, a lot of the demonic horde caused harm in Paul's life, obviously. Like, he was shipwrecked, you know what I'm saying, all this stuff, but Paul had protection, but he suffered in his life. And Paul's not God, he's not Jesus. So Paul can go through that as a servant of Christ, a holy servant of Christ. The devils hate God far more than Paul, who's a servant of Christ. So imagine Christ, who's the Son of God. The demons are gonna go like full on crazy frenzy, trying to harm the Son, and that's why the Holy Spirit had to completely protect the Son. Obviously, the difference between believers and Jesus, obviously, even though God's protecting them, obviously they can go through a lot of sometimes Satan and all stuff. They can harm them, obviously. As Paul was harmed, he got stoned and everything, whereas Jesus had the full protection, because for Jesus it's on another level. If he doesn't have the full protection, the demons will kill him before he even goes to the cross, because the devils hate God according to the Bible. That's why Jesus needed the protection of the Holy Spirit. Sounds like you're Jesus. I know I go deep, guys. So Sarah? Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's bullshit. I don't believe the thought Jesus didn't have protection. Yes, he did, man. When the crowd tried to kill him, they couldn't kill him. He obviously had protection, man. The Holy Spirit was protecting him. That's what I believe. It was the Holy Spirit who was with him, obviously, right? Protecting him, yeah. From the demonized crowd, obviously. The demonized people, obviously, right? Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, how demonic was it during Jesus' trial? It was so demonic that one of Jesus' own trusted disciples betrays him for 30 pieces of silver, man. Like, it was it was very, very demonic, whereby his own disciple betrays him for 30 pieces of silver. Yeah. And that disciple ends up killing himself, man. Like, it was completely, it was very demonic. That was the moment when the power of darkness reigned, on the earth in Jerusalem, right? That was the moment when the power of darkness reigned. Yeah. All the demonic horde, they went after the Son, man, as a man on earth. Because the Holy Spirit's protection was lifted off from the Son. Almost done here, guys, about the Bible. So, Sarah? Yeah. I guarantee you David was in San Juan and are like, holy shit, that's powerful, man. You know how to go deep, man, and blow our minds away. Yes, I do. I know how to go deep and blow your minds away because I'm a genius. God gave me the gift. I know how to really blow your mind away. Every time you talk about the Bible, you blow our mind away. I mean, yes, I do. I blow your mind away, man, because I'm a genius. Yeah. I guarantee even Perry Jones and Ivan, man, you know how to go deep with the Bible. Yes, I know how to go very deep. Yeah. And that's why I can also teach apologetics, and I'd be an amazing preacher, right? You know, when Sam preached on apologetics, he's very amazing. I'd be amazing too, and I'd blow your mind away. Yeah. 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 So Ivan, that's how powerful the Holy Spirit is. Yeah, the Holy Spirit's all powerful. He's Yahweh too. He's all powerful. As long as he's protecting the Son, the devil, all the demonic horde can't touch the Son, man. They can't touch him. Because he's all powerful. You have to bow to the power of the Holy Spirit, the will and power of the Holy Spirit. Can't touch the Son if the Holy Spirit's protecting him, right? You can't touch the Son. He has that still protection. But once he leaves the Son, then they all come after him, and that's when all hell breaks loose and the power of darkness reigns. But the power of darkness cannot reign if the Holy Spirit is protecting Jesus, with Jesus protecting Jesus, right? They can't reign over Jesus because he has that protection. But if the protection veil is off, that opens the door for the demonic horde to what? To kill the Son and harm his flesh and cause harm to his body, obviously, right? Yeah. It opens the door for the demonic horde to kill the Son, yeah. To kill the Son as a man. As a man, obviously. I'm not talking... You can't kill God, but as a man... God as a man, yeah, you can kill his flesh, obviously, right? Yeah. Sarah? I guarantee you most Christians are, I don't believe that, man. I don't believe Jesus had the protection of the Holy Spirit. He didn't need the protection of the Holy Spirit. I beg to differ, man. He did. Yeah, but Ivan, he's God. Yes, even though Jesus was God, he took on flesh. He became a real human being. It also says that he humbled himself and he took upon the form of a servant, and he needed the protection of the Holy Spirit as a man on earth because he was truly a man. He wasn't like he wasn't like an angel who appears as a man, but he's not really a man. No, he was truly a human being as a man, capable of being harmed and being killed. So the Spirit had to protect the Son, obviously, right? And don't forget, he's the Father's beloved Son. The Father loves the Son even more than his own creation, supposedly, right? So obviously he will protect his Son from the devils, obviously. Because he's not stupid. He knows if the Son's born on earth, all the demonic horde, the fallen angels, and everything, and Satan, they would sense the Son's presence as a man on earth, and they will do whatever they can to kill him and cause harm in his life. Hence why the Holy Spirit had to protect the Son while he was on earth until the hour. Don't touch my Son as a man on earth until the hour. And once the hour has come, I'll release my protection from him, and you can kill him, obviously. But that's set up, obviously. Yeah, Jesus came to die for the sins of the world. The whole thing is set up. See what I'm saying? The whole thing was a setup, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. Even says he was made a little lower than the angels. What does that passage mean, Ivan? It's talking about Jesus' status and his nature. He's lower than the angels because he's truly human. He's a human being. Angels do not have corruptible flesh, and they can't die. Jesus had corruptible flesh. He could die, he can get weak, he can get sick. So in that sense, he's lower than the angels. He's lower than the angels in terms of his human nature as a man. At the same time, his status as a man on earth, he's not in glory with the Father in heaven. He's a man on earth. He took upon the form of a servant. He was a man on earth. He had a lower status than even the angels because he was a man on earth as a servant. Obviously. And his body was corruptible. It could be killed. It can get tired. That's what it means when it says he was made a little bit lower than the angels. I think Sam would agree with that. I might agree with that, yeah. Sam's like, know your shit. Yeah, I know my shit, man. Obviously, right? Some Sam. Yeah. Yeah. I told you, even if I taught this talk in the church, some people would call me maybe, you're teaching a heretical doctrine, Ivan. You're saying that Jesus needed the protection of the Holy Spirit from the demonic world as a man. He doesn't need any protection, Ivan. He's God. Yeah, but he's God in flesh. And he humbled himself, so you have to look at the context, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ivan, that's blasphemy. You're saying that, like, the Holy Spirit needed to protect the Son. The Son didn't need any protection, Ivan. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's God. Yeah, but I can show you passages in the New Testament whereby the crowd tried to kill Jesus, but they couldn't. Who do you think was protecting Jesus in those passages? It was the Holy Spirit protecting him, obviously. Duh. As it's very clear, the Holy Spirit was with Jesus throughout his ministry, protecting him from the demons, obviously, right? Yeah. Obviously. Otherwise, the demons can use the crowds of people to kill the Son. As evidence in those passages, obviously. That's why the Holy Spirit has to protect him, obviously, from the devils, obviously, right? Even the storm, too. Yeah, when Jesus was sleeping, they tried to kill Jesus' disciples. But the Holy Spirit is with Jesus. Jesus sees the storm through the power of the Holy Spirit. Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. Some Sarah? Man, you know how to go deep with the Bible. Yes, I do. I know how to go deep with the Bible, guys. That's powerful, man. So throughout Jesus' life, the Holy Spirit was restraining the evil of the devils. Yes, he was. Otherwise, they would have killed Jesus long before he went on the cross, but they would have killed him. You have to restrain, obviously. You have to have that restraining protection power. To protecting the Son from the devils, obviously. And once the hour now come, the protection is lifted off, and all hell breaks loose for Jesus, obviously, on earth, right? As a man. That's why he said this is a moment when the power of darkness reigns. But the power of darkness can't reign If the Holy Spirit is with Jesus protecting Jesus, they still can't touch the Son. If the protection veil is lifted off, they can touch the Son. So I'm saying, huh? Yeah. Yeah. And that's powerful and deep, I know. So throughout Jesus' life, he had the protection veil of the Holy Spirit. Of course he did. The Holy Spirit was protecting him, obviously, and also protecting his righteousness of his nature, obviously, was sealed. And then once the hour came, the protection was now lifted off, and that opened the door for the demonic horde to attack the Son as a man, obviously. And also sin putting sin on his sinless nature. So the protection, righteousness, and seal was also lifted off too. And now sin can now be put on Jesus' body. And the devils can harm Jesus. Harm Jesus' body. His human body, obviously, as a man. Yeah. That's why you read in that passage, he disarmed all the powers of darkness with the blood of his cross, whatever. No, sorry. He disarmed all the powers of darkness. All the powers of darkness. Yeah. So, Sarah? Sounds like you're a genius. I know I'm a genius. I know how to go deep, guys. I know how to go into deep revelation of the Bible. And it was done with the Bible. Hope you guys enjoy my show about the Bible. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, do you seriously think James Gunn's DC universe has potential to be better than Kevin Feige's Marvel? Yes. I think John Camp and Robert Ray Burnett would agree that James Gunn's DC universe has potential to be even bigger than Marvel in its glory days if it's done right. They have to tell good stories. They have to be good movies, obviously, and yeah. But James Gunn already did his job with Superman, as a lot of fans love Superman. And Superman is already doing good enough. Like, if Superman makes $500 million, that's good enough for Warner Bros. They didn't make any money, but at least it made some pretty good money. And it resonated with the fans. But Superman already made $400 million in 2 weeks, man. 2 fucking weeks it made $400 million. Which means it could hit $800 million. It just has to have legs, obviously, right, Superman? And that's why I recommend all you guys around the world watch Superman, man. That way this thing is huge. And it makes, I don't know, $800+ million. If Superman could make $800+ million, it would be profitable for Warner Bros. And Warner Bros. Would be popping bottles. Yeah, the fans loved it. We made a little bit of profit off this. Yeah, which is nice for Warner Bros., obviously, right? Yeah. Thanks for walking, guys. Because Marvel is in a mess right now. Kevin Feige's Marvel is in a mess right now, obviously, right? They went into the multiverse phase. The fans are not resonating well with the movies. There's all the movies in Phase 4, most of them flopped. Hence why Kevin Feige is hoping for the Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, obviously, to resurrect the MCU brand back to its glory days. I don't think even the Avengers movies will resurrect the MCU brand back to its glory days, but it could build up a little bit, and maybe the movies start making money, but maybe they're not billion-dollar hits. It might get a few, maybe 1 or 2 billion-dollar hits, maybe 800 million-dollar hits. I don't think the MCU will go back to its glory days like before, because it's too much. They went into the multiverse, and it's in a messy situation right now. None of the movies are making money. Some Sarah. Hence why, yeah. And I told you, even though Avengers 5 and 6 will be billion-plus dollar hits, if the movies are not that good, that's not good for the MCU. It might go downhill after that too, right? And that's not good for Kevin Feige. And if the MCU does go downhill after the Avengers movies, Kevin Feige could perhaps get demoted, or Disney might tell Kevin Feige, look, man, you gotta let go of your ego, Kevin, and you need to start bringing in checks and balances to help you out, like you had before, and let go of your ego. Or they might tell Kevin Feige to step down. I highly doubt that, because Kevin Feige is too big. He was a big part of building the whole thing, obviously. Building the MCU universe, obviously. But what? They're probably going to tell Kevin Feige, look, man, you got to have some guys jump in and help you out, Kevin. Let go of your ego. Your one-man show thing's not working. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring in people to help you out because the MCU is in a mess right now. Every movie is flop after flop after flop. As I told you, Fantastic Four will not be a billionaire movie. Fantastic Four, you're looking at another flop. That movie might be lucky to make $500 million. I don't think Fantastic Four is going to make any more than maybe $500, $550, $600 million. It's not going to be a billionaire hit. It won't. As it's competing with James Gunn's Superman. Don't forget that, right? Yeah, it's competing with James Gunn's Superman. Fantastic Four. I think John Campion and Robert Burnett would agree, Ivan. Fantastic Four will not be a billionaire hit. It's not going to be a billionaire hit. It's not. Yeah, I think Fantastic Four will be lucky to make maybe 80, 90, 100 million opening weekend. And it might do maybe 500 million in the box office. That's my prediction around there. It will not be a billionaire hit, Fantastic Four. The MCU has too much baggage right now, and Fantastic Four is not that popular of an IP. No offense, right? As all the past Fantastic Four movies flopped, and this one will not be a billionaire hit. Ivan, it will. It won't, man. I'm making rich right now. Fantastic Four will not be a $1 million movie, man. You'll be lucky to make $550 million, maybe 600. If it has legs, maybe $700 million. But I highly doubt that. Probably $500, $600 movie makes Fantastic Four. So I'm saying, will you watch Fantastic Four? Yes, I will, but I'm not that really excited for it, right? It's one of those movies that I'm like, yeah, this looks pretty good. I'll watch it, but I'm not that really hyped for Fantastic Four. I'm hyped for Superman. That's what I really want to watch. For Fantastic Four, I'm not really that hyped for it. It looks pretty interesting. I'll watch it, but I'm not really that hyped for it. A little bit hyped for it, but I'm not that hyped for it, obviously, right? I'm more hyped for Superman. So, sorry? Yeah. So, sorry? Yeah. Ivan, what do you think will be the number one standalone movie in the DC universe, James Gunn's DC universe? Batman. Batman, I think, will be the number one standalone movie because the DC. I believe Batman is the most popular DCU character, obviously, based off the box office results. As all the Batman. I don't know how much the Tim Burton ones made in the 80s and 90s. But the ones that came out in the 2000s, the aughts, and the early 2010s, obviously, and I'm saying 2020s, obviously, they all made money. Except for Batman Begins. Whereas all the Superman movies flopped. And that's how you know there's a bigger demand for Batman than Superman, like duh. I think John Cameron, Rob Nair agree. Yeah, Batman's a more popular IP for the DC universe than Superman. Yes, it is. But Superman 2 has potential to be a 1.5 billion hit. Superman 2 might be maybe a $1.3 billion, $1.5 billion movie, maybe. It might be huge. But I think Batman Brave and the Bold, if it's done right, it'll be easily make its $1 billion. I believe. It's $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion, $4 easily, obviously. The Batman universe the Batman IP is very popular. I'm saying. Alright, what about Supergirl? Supergirl, I don't know if it'll hit $1 billion, maybe $900 million, but it could hit $1 billion maybe. If Superman makes $800 million, Supergirl could be a $1 billion hit, or maybe $900 million. Because Superman's not as popular as like Batman and the other characters. But Wonder Woman and Batman have potential to be. No, Batman will be a guaranteed $1 million hit. Wonder Woman should be a billionaire hit too, because Wonder Woman is a popular IP too. It's a very popular IP, Wonder Woman. As Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman made like, I don't know, $800 million, but the second one was terrible, that's why it flopped. So I'm saying, Wonder Woman 84, right? I heard that was terrible. I never saw the movie, but I heard it's terrible. But the first one was really good. I saw that in theaters like 2-3 times. It was amazing, that movie, when I saw it in theaters. Yeah, it was amazing. So I'm saying, yeah. Will you choose James Gunn and Peter Safran? Maybe, but James Gunn will be getting up there in age by the time I start Sky's Entertainment. I told you, if his DC thing is huge and his movies are all like making $1 billion+, he'll be making a lot of money in the DCU, obviously, in Hollywood. But I told you, I can easily pay him more than what he makes in Hollywood, James Gunn, as my president, obviously, and Peter Safran. And James Gunn would gladly leave the Hollywood system and come work for me because I can easily pay more money. And me and VJ Sky's Entertainment Company will be the main event, whereas all the Hollywood movies are the side attention when I'm king. Don't hate me, I'm saying. And I'm also clean, I'm not dirty. I'm not going to have James Gunn and Peter Safran pay to make their millions. They get their freedom with me because I'm a clean businessman, obviously. You have to make all that money, live that amazing life with your family and everything, and experience that crazy worldwide fame with me and the perks of my company and everything, and you get paid all that money and you get your freedom. You don't have to do anything because I'm a clean businessman, obviously. I'm sorry. But the Hollywood actors will gladly do it for money. Even though the gates make them do it, obviously, at least they get to be famous movie stars and live that amazing life with their family too, but they have to pay a price for it. That's my point. But for my company, you don't have to pay any price, obviously, because that's why I'm not selling to the gatekeepers' wicked Hollywood system. I don't want to be with VJ in Hollywood sharing with every generation forever. You guys are fucking crazy people, man. You're going to destroy my life. VJ's trash and garbage. And she'll be crying in my arms every night because she sees hell. She has to see the light for the relationship to work. Victoria Justice is my spirit. She's meant to see the light. That's why you touched her and you infected her when I told you not to touch her. And now she cries every tears to me. It's really annoying. Every fucking day of every year for the past, I don't know, 6 years. She's a fucking crazy woman, Victoria Justice. She's never going to stop crying to me because she's crazy. Sarah? She's a fucking crazy woman. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, man. Like, I got duped by the gates, and I love you so much. I love you lots. I want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? I want to see light. I want to build that one house for you. I want to piece your marriage. You know what I'm saying? I want a piece of your toy off your book. I want to sign that mega deal with Amazon you for Zanus. You know what I'm saying? I want to go tour with you. I want to buy that private jet with you. I want to go close shop with you. I want to travel with you. Yeah, she's fucking crazy, man. She's a crazy woman. I want out of the Hollywood. She also wants out of the Hollywood system. Because Victoria Justice is a sellout in the Hollywood system, obviously. Whereas I'm not a sellout. I may be poor, but my keys are worth a lot, whereas VJ's keys are 100% useless. Because she's sold out to the gatekeepers. She's only worth $20 million. That's why she cries for me to get out of Hollywood, because she knows it's too late for her. She's fucking stupid, man. Fucking stupid woman, yeah, man. That's why she's a crazy woman. She cries me every night, man. She's just a crazy woman, Sarah. It's fucking crazy, that woman, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, alright, if you ran off, VJ will be crushed. Oh, yeah, she'd be crushed. She'd be a crazy, psychotic, I don't know, suicidal, crazy woman, man. And she'd be crying heavy tears of me forever. Because she knows she'll see hell forever, and she'll be left behind in Hollywood. And she's never going to see her husband, who's white. She'll be crushed, man. And I'll regret the decision if I ran off, because these women around the world are not VJ, right? I'll regret it, obviously. And I'm stuck with the trash sex, obviously. Whereas VJ, I save her, I get her fresh. And VJ's blue is the cure to my fucked up mind, obviously, because I have a mental illness, I trip, I'm fucked up in the head. Yeah. Yeah. She'd be a psychotic, crazy woman if I ran off Victoria Justice. She'd be a crazy woman. Yeah, man. She'd be crushed and devastated, man. Like, completely crushed and mentally devastated. Yeah, because she knows the world will never let her see her husband. Because you guys think you control my life. You're fucking crazy people. All right, if you don't pay for that, we're never gonna let VJ be with you. Because you think you control my relationship world when you don't, because you're fucking crazy people, man. Alright, either you pay for that, or if you don't pay, you have to be a VJ, but you have to share with all of us. When you guys already have your girlfriend, boyfriends, husband, wives, you're fucking selfish people, man. Like, you have your own wives and your husbands and all. So yeah, but Ivan, even though we have our own wives and all that stuff, like, they're not, like, we're not you and VJ. I'm like, yes, but I deserve to have VJ all to myself. We're God. She's my wife. I deserve her to have her all to myself, but you guys are fucking crazy people, obviously. Yeah. And that's why VJ cries too, because she knows the situation's hopeless. She knows her family will never let her see me unless I don't pay. Obviously, that's why she cries, obviously, because she knows the situation's very serious, obviously. And she doesn't want to miss out on that life I'm living, the multi-billion life I'm living, man. Yeah, I want to start that film with Ivan and live that amazing multi-billion life with Ivan. I don't want to be in Hollywood. I got my freedom with him too. And she wants to control the money with me too. She doesn't want to be under the gatekeepers. Because once I say VJ, her keys are now worth a lot. They're not useless. They're worth a lot, Samsara. Once I say VJ. Because she's now queen with me and she controls the money with me. For the movie, for the merch, for the game. She controls the money with me, Samsara VJ. And she wants her freedom too. Yeah, I want to live that multi-billion life and have my freedom with them. I don't want to be under the gatekeepers being a dirty slave in Hollywood. Yeah, Victoria Justice is a dirty slave in Hollywood. Yeah. Samsara. That's why the gatekeepers are not touching my money, man. These billions off the Zane's brand is mine. You're not touching it, man. Like, all the hundreds of trillions in the world goes to you, man. If you think I'm gonna let you take my 20 billion, you're fucking crazy, man. You're just a greedy psychopath, man. You want to steal my money when you take all when you're ready to make all the money, well, because you're greedy, man. And yeah, if you think 1 second after duping VJ, I'm gonna have you dupe me too. You're crazy, man. The billions off the book is for me, VJ. It's not for you. You're just a greedy pig. I'm not gonna have you do that, man. No way. Yeah, but Ivan, like, are you really willing to die? I know, but I'd rather wake up 1 minute later and have the gates do that, man. That day, when the day happens, it's scary. But I know when the moment happens, I wake up like 1 minute later in the hospital. Because when you die, you're out. 1 minute later, I wake up in the hospital. I'd rather wake up 1 minute later in the hospital. Everything goes black. I wake up 1 minute later in the hospital. And I get my freedom. I'm announced control from my book. Obviously. And VJ gets her healing. She's fresh now. She sees the light. And I get her all fresh to myself forever. And I made the 20 win off the road. I can now start my film studio with VJ. And I can get all the chosen Hollywood actors out of the Hollywood system, and they get to work for me. And I get them out of the gatekeeper's crazy Hollywood system, obviously, and they get to work for me. I save their ass. Sean Maega, Jibon Su, Avon, Jojo, I get all those guys out of the Hollywood system, they get to work for me. Samsara? You get to work for me, yeah. I don't know how's that, man. I'm like, no, John, you get 10. Stop being greedy, Samsara. Yeah. I don't know how's that, man. I'm like, no, John, you get 10. Stop being greedy. Yeah. Greedy pig, yeah. Yeah, beware Ivan of the greedy Hollywood actors ages, right? They're greedy pigs, man. I'm not going to overpay these guys and have them do me, man. Yeah, man. I'm paying them enough. They don't make this in Hollywood. I'll make sure you get paid, but I'm not going to overpay you guys and have you do me, Samsara. Yeah, but Ivan, they're famous big Hollywood stars. Yes, they are, but they're not me and VJ. I'm not going to have these guys do me, man. If you think 1 second I want to pay a big ace actor $500, you're crazy. They're not worth that. I'm not going to go any higher than like 125, and there's exceptions I can go a bit higher for some of the other guys, obviously. I'm not going to have these guys dupe me, Samsara. Yeah. So like, you're kind of blow out of the water. Oh yeah, I will, man. My company will be like Incredibles, man. That's why all the chosen Hollywood actors in my movie are gonna beg their asses off for me and VJ to resign. But look, man, you're gonna go back to the Hall system and get reserved. I'm not gonna have you do that, man. I saved your ass for this movie. You experienced the glorious sense of Amy as a big movie star. You're gonna go back to the Hall being left behind. And you're gonna make good money in the Hall. But yeah, we don't want to go back to the Hall system. Guys, man, it's not my problem. I saved your ass for this movie. You're gonna go back to the Hall system left behind. I'm not gonna resign you, man. You can value one shit there is. It's not gonna work for me, man. Don't hate me, I'm saying. I'm not gonna have you do like that, Sarah. Oh fucking way. Yeah. Almost done here, guys. This is a 2-part video. Yeah. So Ivan, James Gunn and Pierce having to argue over your presence. Yes, they are. But James Gunn will be getting older. He'll be like, I don't know, like 70. 7 years old, he's still good. He's now getting up there in age, obviously. He's getting older, and he'll be well into his DC thing, obviously. And chances are he'll be extending for DC with James Gunn. David Zaslav will be extending James Gunn, obviously, if the DC thing is which I think it will be. I told you, even then he'd leave DC to work for me, because even his DC thing is a side attention when I'm king. Even if it's huge, it's a side attention when I'm king. Zane's is the main event. Now, I'd rather work on Ivan without Zane's movie than do the DC, because his Zane's movie will be the main event. Yes, it will. Zane's will be the main event. Think about that. Even if the DC thing is huge, John Campy and Robert Manette are more excited for Zane's than even the DC movies. Yeah, even though I'm excited for this, I don't know, this Justice League 2, Justice League 3, Superman 3, I don't know, Supergirl 2, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm way more hyped for Ivan Zane's movie, yes. As John Camp and Robert Manette won't really care that much about the horror movies when I'm king. Yeah, they don't really care about it. Yeah, man. Me and VJ are the main event, not the horror movies. And that's why all the horror actors feel like shit, because their movies are a side tension. Me and VJ are the main event. Me and VJ are the main event, obviously, for Sky Source. You know. Me and VJ are the main events. You know. Me and VJ are the main events. Yeah. And the actors also get their speaking earnings. I don't know, $2, $3, $4, $5 million in speaking, man, for the world tour. But me and VJ are making most of the money. We're going to make, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 million speaking. But they get their, like, $5 million. You got to give 10% of this guy to your agent, right? That's how it works, right? You have to give 10% to your agents. That's how it works. And that's why they're going to bet, because my kind blows out of the water. Yeah, we only make like 75, 200K for Comic-Con, and we made like $5 million in speaking. Some of those don't even make that for our base. And you made that for your speaking, man. But they have to give 10% of that money to their agents. The agents have to get paid, guys. That works, right? You know, don't hate them, saying, yeah. Yeah. That's when my car blow out of the water. You get all the perks for the world tour, staying at the suites, flying my jet and everything, the parties, the crazy fans, obviously. And you also get paid like your $5 million in speaking, man. Actors are getting paid, man. They ain't paid. They ain't paid for Xanax and the Great Escape, right? Yeah, they ain't paid. Yeah. Ivan, what's the chances of you doing Spider-Man Miles Morales? It's pretty high because Sony hasn't made a live-action Spider-Man movie yet. They made an animated movie, which is amazing, obviously, but they haven't made a live-action one. So it is pretty high, but The Great Escape is highly more likely to happen because that's my IP. It doesn't hurt to save Keanu Reeves before he grows old and passes away. Because Keanu Reeves is not getting any younger. He's 60 now. By then, he'll be like in his mid-70s. It doesn't hurt to have him be in your movie and before he grows old in his 80s and he passes away, right? It doesn't hurt for him to experience that sense of fame with you and BJ. As a star of my movie. Obviously, but after that, man, you're going to go back to all Keanu Reeves. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to be left behind. You can bet all you want, man. You're not good for their unique at all, okay? I want to be in that romance story. I'm like, no, Keanu Reeves, you can't be selfish. You know I'm saying? You're not good for their uniques, I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's no way Keanu Reeves will beg. Someone like Keanu Reeves will beg. Yeah, man, even he will beg too. And he's a big, powerful actor who doesn't struggle any roles in Hollywood. And even he will beg too, man, because he doesn't want nobody. Once you're in my movie, you're not gonna want to go back to that crazy Hollywood system that the gatekeepers on, man. Yeah, even though they're getting paid a lot of money, it's a side tension. And don't forget, Hollywood's dirty, whereas my company's 100% clean. Hollywood is fucking dirty, right? You have to do it to make your money all the time, right? Yeah, that's how it works. You have to pay a price. That's how it works, right? Don't hate him, so yeah. You gotta do it. That's how it works, right? Yeah. That's why once I pay the fee and I find out how dirty and wicked the gatekeepers are, I escape from their wicked fucking system, man. I just take my money, I take my wife, and I run the fuck away with VJ. Yeah. He runs away with me. I take my things, I run away with him. I get out, man. I escape, man. That's why I'm making The Great Escape with Keanu Reeves. Because it's a symbolism of me and VJ's life. We escape from the gatekeepers' wicked Hollywood system, obviously. Their wicked system, obviously. As I'm going to find out how dirty they really are and how wicked they really are. And then once I pay the fee, I escape and I get out of their system, obviously. That's where God gave me the keys. That's why I could escape from the gatekeeper system and I can have my own money and I can start my own film studio bear in Hollywood. And I get my free with VG and I can pay the Hollywood actors way more money than what made Hollywood and get them out of the Hollywood system. That's what God gave me the keys to the kingdom. I know you triple when you have anxiety and you have mental illness, you do things like thoughts and all that stuff. But God gave you the keys. That way you don't have to sell to the gatekeepers and be in their Hollywood system, man. Otherwise your life will be destroyed, Samsara. Yeah. That's why Scott will blow out the water. And I hope you guys enjoyed another deep revelation from Robert Mary about the Bible. Anyways, this is it, so guys. I made a 2-part video. I made like an hour and 30-minute video again. Around there, 35-minute video. Hope you guys know this show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow morning. And I'll make another video in the afternoon tomorrow, obviously. Because I'm off tomorrow on a Monday, right? And Tuesday I'm off too. I'll make another video for you guys. Wednesday I work at Dindy's. I'll make another video after my shift. And I'll be going back to welfare soon. Probably by the end of mid-August, I'll probably be going back to welfare. I'm going to work Hero 40 for 2 more weeks. Give my 2-week notice. This week, I'm going to give my 2-week notice to the boss. I'm going to let him know. I'm going to apply for my health card tomorrow. I'm going to give the boss at Hero 40 my 2-week notice because I can't work there anymore, man. Like 2 more weeks, I'm done. It's too much work there. Like if he puts me alone on a Sunday again, I'm gonna be so pissed off. Because today he put me alone. The other guy didn't work today. I was alone. It was so busy. The other guy had to help me out, man. And I was so tired. I was so stressed out. He had to help me out with the garbage. He had to help me out with the dishes because it was so much dishes. It was crazy, man. I was stressed out. Yeah. Ivan, do you like working there? I don't mind working there during the week. During the week, it's not that bad. But even during the week, it's the closing that sucks. But weekends is not fun. Weekends, even like during the day, it's just constant, like mountains of dishes, man. It's crazy, man. And then when you close, it's a lot of dishes too, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a reason why Anthony left. Anthony even told you in my vlog, he's like, yeah, Ivan, part of the reason why I left, man, I didn't like it, man. It was too much work. Yeah, it's too much work. And I guarantee you, the partner I'm working with right now, he's probably going to quit too eventually. Because he works at Casa Greek as a busboy. He told me when he starts school, obviously, he might work part-time weekends or he might quit. I guarantee he's going to quit. He probably doesn't want to work weekends there because it's too much work. And the Coco Footy boss know, yeah, if Ivan and the other guy quit, I have to hire another dishwasher. And chances are if I hire another dishwasher, they're also going to quit too. Because Coco Footy is too much work. It's crazy, man. And he knows it too. Yeah, Ivan, Coco 40 is so much fucking work. That's why I hired you, because I couldn't find a dishwasher. Yeah. And all the dishwashers who I hired, they'll eventually quit on me. Yeah, because the work there's too much. Yeah. Obviously. But I feel bad for the other guy. I don't want the other guy working in the kitchen and also washing dishes. You're going to stress him out. But the stress of Coco 40 is too much. It's too much work. I'd rather just collect welfare, swim, lose this weight, focus more on my mental health, and finish my book. And just collect checks and work part-time once we get Denise and work at Coco 40 and be stressed the fuck out, man. It stresses me the fuck out, I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyways, guys, Artemaro. I'm signing out. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Peace out, guys. Stay tuned for my video tomorrow morning. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. And I hope you guys are blown away with my Bible deep revelation again about Jesus, obviously, and the protection of the Holy Spirit. Peace out, guys.